GQ My Essentials, take one.
Oh, bro. What's going on, everybody? I am Noah Centineo, and I'm here with GQ today. We're doing My Essentials. Okay, so here I got a notebook. This was a gift from my manager, actually, and it has my initials engraved in it, NGC. My manager gave me this because he knows that I love writing and journaling. It's kind of a way that I can get my thoughts together, because they ricochet around a lot, and I find I like to keep things in. I'm not really good at expressing my thoughts to other people. So if I put them here, then I can kind of structure and organize them a little bit. If I'm battling with something, if I'm really dealing with something that I'm struggling with, it's just easier to write it down. Gotta have a wallet. In this modern day, Noah Yuval Harari, he's an Israeli author. He's like a social scientist, if you will. He says that money is like a mythology almost. It's a story, it's a narrative that's been told, and it's a very strong one because the world runs on it, right? So economies form. So if you don't have money and you're in a bind, actually, if you don't have money, you might be in a bind. That's probably a cause for it as well. So you gotta have a way to pay. But then again, there are people that live with absolutely no money, which is an interesting alternative lifestyle.
What kind of stuff do you keep in your wallet?
I keep a credit card, I keep a debit card, I keep an ID, I keep a key that gets me to my manager's crib, just in case I want to surprise him late night, him and his fam. And then I have my insurance card. Next item is a passport. I mean, look, it's a good form of identification, and you never know when you just want to flee the country. So, okay.
What's your favorite stamp that you have in your country?
China. Yeah, I did a project in China. It's called The Diary. It hasn't come out yet. It's a Chinese language film. Crazy. I was fortunate enough to get a 30-year visa to work in China. Or is it a 10? I f***ed up. I've been telling people it was 30. Anyway, probably my favorite place that I've been is China. I also went with my manager. Me and my manager have a very close relationship. I love that dude. Yeah, so a 10-year visa to China. It's pretty dope. I always keep books with me. This book is just what I'm reading currently. I'm reading it. I read a script, and I love the script a lot. And the character in the script reads Henry Miller's Tropic of Cancer, and then he decides to move to Paris and be a writer. And so I just wanted to read the book. I was like, damn, if this book could inspire someone who's not a writer to move to Paris and be a writer, that's pretty dope, even if it's, from a script. And this book was actually banned in America for a very long time. You weren't allowed to read it, and now you can. And I'm not saying anyone should read this book. I'm definitely not being advocating for it, but I'm thoroughly enjoying it. But this is my fiction. So I got two books. I get a nonfiction book, and then I got a fiction book. And the nonfiction is called The Quantum Self by Dana Zohar. It's a really cool book that breaks down how science and discoveries in science can influence the way that we perceive reality and look at other people. And it's science can influence epistemology, meaning that, back in Cartesian knowledge days, with Sir Isaac Newton, everything is not connected. So you have two separate objects, I throw that, and it impacts that one. And I can also measure that however hard I throw this, at the angle I throw it, I know exactly where this book will end up. Which created, in science, when they learned that, and they thought that was the way it goes, they believed that everything was determined. So then it's something called determinism. And when that came about, people were like, there's no point to anything. There's nothing I can do. I'm not in control of my life. There's literally it's determined for me. And that created this kind of dark period of modernism. It was great because we started making a lot of technological advances, but it was bad because we kind of lost hope in being able to choose our own paths. But then with quantum physics and new physics, when that came out, it was wait a second, things aren't really disconnected. We just think they're disconnected. And really there's reality seems to be more unitary and abstract the farther in that we go. It created this sense of connection between all things. So how that could impact our culture and our philosophy and epistemology is maybe I should care about other people. Instead of just bouncing off of them, maybe I should actually care and take into account that I can control my own life and my own actions, and instead of hurting other people or hurting myself, I can learn from my mistakes and help other people. And it's cool. It's a great book about that. Not in a nutshell, in a very long stream of conscious way of trying to describe what I'm reading. So yeah, I gotta have my fiction and my nonfiction. This is a Nikon F3. It's a film camera, which means like it opens here and then it burns an image onto film. It's not digital. So you have to like change your settings to adjust for light. If you f up the settings, you probably won't make out the picture. It won't look the way you want it to. This is my second film camera. I don't know, man, I like being able to document things. My grandfather had Alzheimer's and he died from it, so by the end of his life, he never remembered anything. So it would be really, I mean, not, you know, I hope that doesn't happen to me. You know, it does skip a generation, so that's definitely a very real fear. But more than that, I would like to be able to look back on my life when I'm like 80 years old and pictures that I took and that other people took. And I like the way that film looks. It looks way doper than digital. If you can figure it out. I suck, so like all my photos don't turn out, but you know, whatever. You gotta have a phone, you know what I'm saying? If you don't have a phone, you're kind of disconnected. I like my phone because first and foremost, I can like correspond with my friends. And then second, it's good, you know, you can do, if you have a phone, you pretty much have an office. Your mobile office is your phone. They're so advanced nowadays that you can run a business from your phone. I love my phone dearly. And then obviously social media and stuff. Like we're all super addicted to social media and I get to interact with fans. Also, like if you're in a bind and something's going on, you're overseas or, you know, you're in trouble, your phone. Can you call help? See this? It's a phone charger. If you have a phone, but you don't have the charger, you don't got a phone, you know what I'm saying? You only have it for so long. So you gotta have a charger. And then you gotta have a backpack. You gotta be able to put everything in your backpack. It's the mobile office, you know? Everything goes in it, you throw it on your back, and there you go. Thank you guys so much for the time. GQ, this has been amazing. Thank you for letting me do my essentials with y'all. Hope you enjoy.